Welcome, everyone, to the general gaming channel known as M12 Warthog Game. Hey guys, what's going on, Warthogs? M12 Warthog Game here. I'm back with another video, and today I have no fist. I have a fist. I have no weapons, none of that crap. I'm stuck here in this place, pretty much stranded. You have to start out new again, but I have some tips so that you don't have to spend so much time grinding and whatnot. One, I'd recommend you have at least 100 grand in spending cash, but set aside maybe a couple hundred grand for buying a few houses. Mainly just about 30 grand if you want to buy one house, but if you want to buy a lot of weapons, that would be part of your spending cash. I'm gonna go save my game, and I also like to note, after my last video, where I did the green saber mission, this is literally me recording right after it. I did not stop to edit videos yet. I will edit them. It's just that not yet. I just stopped because I want to continue this, and, well, I'm here now. And, well, you get this bike. You have a place to save your game, but you don't actually have a house. And houses are good for multiple reasons, because you can change your appearance. People will notice you more frequently and shoot at you more aggressively now that you really can't be in Los Santos. And pretty much Ballas own that place, even though that they're not actually technically should be there because, well, we took out all territories, but that's just how it goes. I actually went in there, and you can grab armor there. Here is a house. It's the closest one to your point. To your other save point. This one's twice as much as the safe houses in Los Santos as the cheapest one, which is about 10 grand, which you can easily get one in Willowfield and one near Glen Park, which the one near Glen Park is in enemy territory along with the one in Willowfield, but you could save here if you want, but I just bought the place, so I might as well. I was going to say I just saved here, and this mission is not, I'm not going to do any missions though, before this goes any further. I am double saving because one of my files got corrupted, so if that's why you're wondering about that. Now, you can go in here to the wardrobe if you want. I didn't deliberately do that, but you have that. Your other save point does not, which is an essential thing because you can get rid of your wanted level by doing that. And you probably... Now this is the point in the game where you don't have to wear green colors to represent your gang. If you want to keep it there, if you like the color green, that's fine. Now, a few things to note. There is a gym if you want to work out, but you have to go into the town of San Fierro to do it. It's a little bit far away. It's a bit of a drive, maybe a few minutes. Maybe a little bit more, depending upon how fast you drive and whether or not you take the freeway, the highway, or different roads, back roads, because there's a lot of them here. But this is they have a restaurant here for you, in case you need food. But, as I said, some of the essentials is that most of the weapons you were using before are probably going to be the ones that you're going to be using.
Enjoy a doodle-doo. Don't choke on the
now, what I mean by that is that, some of you have some new weapons, but not all of them. And probably the weapons you could use before that you couldn't buy are probably the ones that are available to buy. I don't remember that specific detail off the top of my head. But, as most of you know... Whoops, I'm pressing the wrong button. If I go into map, see this place that's dim? This is a place you haven't visited yet. It says you visited up here, but, that's just your field of what you've seen so far. Now, you can go back here, but it's very dangerous. Gangsters more aggressive against you. And if I zoom in right here, I guess this is as far as I can zoom, right about underneath the bridgeway in front of your house in Gandon, there is a metal brass knuckle that you can use, which greatly increases your melee punch. But, instead of driving all the way back there, I'm going to drive to a place and show you where that is. There are many other things that we need to go over, though. Not gonna buy I have the money to buy all the new houses in the area. I'm not gonna do that right away on camera. You can buy that if you've saved up enough money, but as long as you have them spread out, like you don't need all of them at the moment, but as long as you don't have to travel forever to save to your location, you should be fine. Now you're out of pistols. Now I'm gonna stick with 9mm because one, I don't really do stealth kind of things in games like these, and plus I have max skill in this, so I'm gonna buy a couple hundred rounds to start out with. Is probably what you'll need. You won't need a lot, and then you'll probably need a couple hundred for that, maybe a couple hundred for another thing if you can afford it. If not, then you just pretty much have to kill people with your fist and drop a few dollars and then do that and grind that, and that takes forever. Or if you didn't save enough money, go back to Los Santos, kill drug dealers, and get 20 grand pretty much for a kill if you pick up their money and they give you a pistol. Then again, they can use that pistol on you, so you want to do it fast, like running them over, or make sure you get the first shot off and it's a headshot, and you won't have the problem. Now for me, I'm gonna spend like 10 minutes buying a couple hundred rounds for everything at the moment. And that would take forever, so I'm not going to do that, but, so I'm just pretty much going to buy this, and I have armor. That's pretty much a decent start for this area. Once you're out of this, having some skill in biking will be required, as, most of this area is backland and using off-road vehicles, such as, this off-road bike. Or, the quad bike, which is technically like an off-road vehicle, but it's, counts towards your driving skill as a car. To me, that one sucks, but if you like that off-road vehicle and that's your preference, go ahead and use it. I just don't prefer to use it myself. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, down here, you're probably gonna come across this bridge to get to other areas, which is something you'll need to know. Where this is, it's right here. You'll come across this once you, do a few missions in Angel Pine. But not only that, you're gonna need to know how to get back to, the Los Santos area. Now, not directly into the city, as I said, it's much more dangerous now, but, actually getting there, because the backlands areas, like in Blueberry, Dealmore, and a few other places that you've been to, you'll do missions in the backcountry there, in the area that you can go to. You can go to the back area country of Los Santos area, but you can't go to this backcountry because it's locked down until you complete the Green Saber mission. Which, for whatever reason, I don't know why my character just decided I'm gonna surrender. Now you can go back and forth. The road is long and stretches, and you have to wind down, and it takes forever to get down this place. Now, if you have a max bike skill like myself, you'll be more likely to stay on the bike, and you can go down one of these things at a time. Just try to drive out over the cliff so that you're not bumping into it. Because you're bumping into the side of the cliff that you're trying to go down, you're more likely to fall off the bike. Now, driving out here is a little bit more relaxed and all of that. Now I'm gonna drive up here. Take a little shortcut, I guess. If you don't like the roads, there's like tons and tons of different shortcuts you can take over hills, different places. But you have to have some of the skill to do it. Now for me, I just personally prefer bikes, but some of these places can be done with cars. Now once you get to this place on the mini-map, you're pretty much back to the Los Santos area. You gotta constantly watch out for traffic, though. It's a little bit different over here. And then you're in this area. This bridge was normally blocked off, and you wouldn't be able to get here unless you swim. But if you go to an area that you haven't unlocked yet, you get 4 stars. Now, I did this on Xbox Original before I even played the game. And I did learn that there was a cheat to get rid of all cops. But if you use cheats, you can't beat certain missions as it glitches out. Hence why I don't use it. But I will screw around with them and have fun with them. Maybe make a video about that when I'm done with this. But I tried to get rid of my wanted level that way. And while it didn't work because it kept giving me 4 stars, even though that you literally did nothing, you're not shooting anyone. And that's one thing that happens. Now, one of the next priorities, aside from getting that house in Angel Pine, my best next bet would be getting a house here in Dealmore, because it has a barber shop, it has a pay and spray right next to it in case you want to repair a vehicle, and this house has a garage, unlike the one in Angel Pine. Now I'm gonna go here and grab this. Now you could get the one in Blueberry, but that one's just an apartment and you have no garage. So to me, this one's much more worth it. Now I'm gonna go over here, and I could easily park a vehicle in here, but that's besides the point. You can go, and I've noticed that this place has a barbershop, as mentioned before. You can always go and get your hair cut there. Dealmore also does not have a restaurant, but it does have a vending machine at a gas station. If you want to restore your health, vending machines don't really do that much. They prolong how long it is until you're hungry, but it doesn't do it by that much, unlike actual meals. And pretty much just driving around here, knowing the backcountry is good because some of the missions will take place in this area. Now, as I'm driving along here, this is like a little secondary like road. It's very thin, so you gotta watch out for bumping into it, but if you want to avoid traffic, you can do that as well. Now, you will visit most of these areas in missions. What you will do there, I'm not gonna spoil it because, well, that's for you to find out. Now, once you've gotten a general idea of what you're supposed to do in this place, you can do whatever you want. I think there's a marathon down here that you can go to. I haven't seen it yet in the 360 edition, but it was in the Xbox original. I don't know if they changed that, but this is a jump you can get for a unique stunt bonus. And if it's your first time doing it, well, you get a reward of $500, as you can see on screen. You want to know what else counts as a separate unique stunt bonus? Doing it backwards. And boom, you just have 100,000 if you want to buy a couple rounds for a gun or something that you need, or food. It pretty much just allows you to get spending cash. There are multiple ways that you can get petty little spending cash, such as beating people up. There is, as a matter of fact, in one of these towns, I don't think it's in this one, but you can get an off-the-track betting place where you bet on horses, and you can exit your game without saving if you don't get it. This place also has an ammunition and a place to get food, along with a house that you can get. It's marked on the minimap. That house, I do believe, has a garage, and it has a cool feature on it. It has a cool little sign above it, although you can't really open this up unless you get it. This one's 3,500, so it's about 5,000 less than the one in Dealmore. And the one in Dealmore is twice the one in Angel Pine, but these are my top 3 recommended houses that you should get if you want to have somewhere to save so that you don't have to travel that far. And just so that you guys can get a perspective as to how far you have to travel, I've made a mini-map. Here's where this house is. Dealmore is right here, but it only took me about a minute. You can get one in Blueberry, but once again, that one does not have a garage for your car. Then all the way down here, you have this one. It's much cheaper, does not have a garage, but you'll probably do 1 or 2 missions here, move out to this area here. I think that's a farm that you can buy, which is kind of cool. Many different things that have high elevation, you have to climb up them with a bike, and it takes a while. But another way, if some of you don't know how to traverse this and get back to the place, just find the train tracks and follow it all the way back to Los Santos. Get off at the next subway stop. Whether you're driving along on a bike or on a car, that's how you do it. And that's how you can find your way back there. Now I'm going to talk about getting that melee weapon of yours back that you lost, which is the brass knuckles with your fist. Now, before I continue, though, I am going to jump cut to this place because it will take a while from where I am right now. Okay guys, I'm in San Fierro right now. As you can see, there are red houses on my minimap. I cannot buy these places, but eventually you can go here. You can walk here, you can move around here, sort of like you could in the backcountry area of the Los Santos area that you could originally walk in. You could go in there, but you couldn't buy any of the houses. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to drive from the outskirts of the city. That way you can see landmarks that can sort of help you identify where you need to go for this next part, which is getting the brass knuckles. Instead of driving all the way back to Los Santos, San Fierro is much closer and it's much easier to get to if you know where to find it. Of course, I do, but it involves going up this giant winding road. You can actually do quite easily if you have this bike, I guess. Okay. Now I'm using that as a landmark as for myself as to where you go after that. Where you go next should be right here. You drive down here and you have your brass knuckles, which you can use. Now for me, I prefer to keep them even though that I have a high muscle, just in case, because the more the merrier, the more damage you do, the better off you are, I guess. You sound people a whole lot faster. Now, I'm gonna have to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, leaving any comments, questions, or feedback for me in the comment section down below would be highly appreciated. And I'll see you guys later in another video.